Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the Tinker Day. Volvos, McLarens, and Skylines. Oh my. This is the fastest place in the state. Let's go here and get this V70 rocking and rolling. Hey, how you doing? First thing we're gonna do is set up our new battery. You know, these things don't come dead. So let's see what the charge is on it. 2 bars. See how long it takes to charge it up. Make sure the charger works. Got a few things to do. Get this car maintained and to its peak performance. We're going to start out by replacing this strut, replacing the control arms, and hopefully we'll get to the parking brakes today. Let's get cracking, get these wheels off, get this strut out of here. We got all the parts we need to redo this strut except for the spring. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this strut out of here and get the spring. So let me take that loose, take these loose, drop it down, take the bolt loose from up top, and go from there. I don't know if I was able to check this last time, but this inner tie rod end on this passenger side is very weak, loose. And it's got just a minor bit of play in it. Very minor. So he's got outer tie rod ends and they're loose too. Boots are cracked. Let me see if he's got any inners. Getting ready to use this spring tool to swap this stuff over on this strut. This is a little bit of a contraption, but it gets it done. So let me get the tool on that, unscrew that, and go ahead and pull this stuff apart off of this spring. Once the spring lifts out of the bottom of the strut, you're ready to take it loose. Make sure you're at the stop there. Make sure you're at the stop up there. And go ahead and release this since you got the bump stop, the all-wheel drive spacer, the cap up there, the bolt on tight here, your bump stop there. Crank this up. Take the tension off that spring. Make sure your spring sits in your spring seat properly. You should be good to go. The lower part of your spring sit in here and these just slide in and out. You can also adjust the height of them here, pulling this pin and making them go up and down. Nice tool. Battery is totally charged. That's good. Let me tell you what time it's going. I got this strut installed and this ABS cable and bracket on. Now I'm going to pull this control arm loose so I can replace them. Got this control arm and take it out of the box. It looks like this boot is messed up on here, but all the bolts are rusted. I don't know what that's about, but let me get this thing installed. This side's all done. Everything's torqued down. I'm gonna hit these bolts and nuts and stuff with a little bit of lithium grease to slow down the rusting of them, because this Arizona car is now in the Chicago area. I have no idea what happened to this wire harness protector. Somebody busted that up. Look like we still got a little bit of an axle seal leak over here. You know, it looks like up there we got a leak for the heater hose, and that's leaking down. That needs to be replaced. And this turbo supply line, that thing's on its last leg. So we got a couple things we need to probably pay attention to here soon. Let me try to get these control arm bolts out, replace this control arm real quick. On these all-wheel drive and 4-bolt control arms, the transmission is all the way in the way of this bolt here. So you can't really replace this bolt. Count on reusing it and work on these other bolts. You could get tools on these other bolts, but this one here, I couldn't get a tool on. So anyway, I got the new control arm installed, getting ready to torque these bolts down. I am all done with control arm, strut, and now I'm gonna do the rear parking brake. So let me go ahead and put the front wheels on, take the back wheels off, and see what's going on with those parking brakes. This is the third time that this has happened. Henrietta could not break these lug nuts loose. Couldn't break the ones on the other side loose, only got one on this side loose. And that's on maximum strength. So let me drop the car down on the ground and see if I could break them loose with my 1/2-inch breaker ratchet. With the parking handle pulled up almost to the top of the console, both of these wheels still spin, so definitely need parking brake adjustments. I was able to stand on it with my Pittsburgh ratchet, broke them all loose. So let me go ahead and pull them, pull the calipers, pull the rotors, and see what's going on with these parking brakes. I'm going to make an educated guess and say that these rotors have never been off, even though they don't look like they got any wear on them. They have very little wear, but they are rusted onto the hub. So I'm gonna go get some PB Blaster, try to spray in these holes, see if I can break this thing loose. I had to chisel that thing off, so I need to put some grease around here going back on. But in the meantime, these parking brakes look really good. I'm gonna adjust them with this adjuster right here and see if that helps. So let me grab my screwdriver. One thing I'm seeing a lot in these parking brake issues is grooves inside the rotors. So this thing may need a set of new rotors to make this parking brake work right. But it looks like it's adjusted all the way in. I'm gonna adjust it out, see what happens. Had about 20 adjustments before I could get the thing to stop turning. So I'm gonna take 2 or 3 adjustments off, see if I get it turned both directions and go to the other side. I'm at 2 jerks and I'm about 75% up on the parking brake handle. And I'm locked on this side. This one's not locked, so I need to readjust this side. Yeah, I don't know if I didn't tighten it enough, so it's hard to tell. Let me let it back down and try it again. I cannot get this parking brake to grab, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it off and see what's going on behind there. You see this gap here? There shouldn't be a gap there. That should be closed. This kind of indicates that the cable is likely seized. So I'm gonna take this stuff apart and try to see if I can get at the cable behind there, spray some PB Blaster in there, see if it loosens up, see if we can see if it's moving at all. Sebastian's gonna pull the cable while we watch it, see if it moves. Yeah, go ahead and pull it. Release it. It moved. Hold on a second. This cable does not go in and out, and the clip that holds the cable into the back of the hub is missing. So I gotta go get that. I'm gonna get a new cable for it, and we'll rerun probably both of these cables. Still here in the Cannonball garage working on this 850. Man, this thing is super duper. But the shifter baseball thing is busted. See how that comes up? So we're gonna try to access that, replace that thing, and see where it goes from there. If we can't replace that ball, we're gonna have to replace the whole shifter set. Trying to get the shift knob off of the shaft. I released all the tabs under there. Made sure all of those tabs were loose. Started pulling on it and the knob came apart. Tore the knob right off in my hand. So I got a new shifter base. I'm gonna replace that. This thing here is also busted that the boot snaps into. I'm gonna see if they got some double-sided tape. If not, I'll see if I have some to get this thing to lock in properly. Well, we got it in, but the shifter trim base was messed up in the center console. Broke in a couple pieces. It was glued on the edge. So we got to deal with that in a couple weeks. This panel here is not on right. I guess I could refit it and check the one on the other side and call it a night. Getting this S70 back on the dyno to do a data pull. Got it strapped down, baby. You see how they got this thing strapped down?
I have the little nipple in my pocket.
Oh, they got a nice ring back there. Both sides or one side? Got the back of this thing strapped down by the trailing arms. Fire this computer up and wait 10 minutes. We are on a dyno, getting ready to hit this thing. Is one of your headlights out?
They're on. I like them on.
It looks like it's not showing right on this driver's side. See if we get a connection on the data cable. It's connected. We are ready to rock and roll. Let me tell Frank I'm ready so he can come and tell me what button to push so I don't push nothing wrong. Want to do it right the first time. All right, here we go. We're gonna start the recording and I'm gonna go watch. I don't know at what point the check engine light came on, but it did. I did a second pull. The check engine light started flashing at about 85 miles an hour. So let's get this over to the tuner and see what he says. So the McLaren race car shop is a mile down the road. A quarter mile from it is a gas station, gas premium $4.99. Come down here, it's $4.17. Tell me why they charging those people $4.99 close to that race car shop. Just tell me. I had a couple gallons to go before I ran up to 15.8. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.